the horde is going. You can see it's a big queue of people today. Got all this lovely land. Let's be lucky out there, everybody. Well, I thought I'd just quickly go through the setup today. I don't know whether you can see that because of the light, but I'm in M2. I've got all metal mode on. I'm in field mode, of course. I've got sensitivity up at around 21. That's due to the fact that there's an awful lot of people with multi-frequency machines here, so we are tripping over each other a little bit. So we've got all the new mods on. So we've got the lightweight grip, and I've got the LG30 coil on today. Cover a little bit more ground. So that's today's setup. On to let's go and find something. Well, this was an iffy signal, and nothing particularly special. It's just a button. You can see the shank on the back where it's broken. It's quite thick, but where there's buttons there were people. So at least we're on the board, so to speak. Okay. Well, let's hope we get something a little bit more exciting next time. On to the next. Well, I've just turned this over, so this could be something to either fool me or not. I don't know if you can see it. It's flat and it's round and it's just there. And what is it? Okay, let's have a quick look. It feels coinish. Okay. Not a lot on it. I'll give it a clean and I'll come back to you. Well, unfortunately, I think it's pretty much toast. I can't see anything on it. I will have a look later to see whether under the microscope there's something there, and if there is, then I'll show it you now. Well, I don't know if you can see, but the last hole was right there. Always a good idea to check around your hole. This was right next to it, and I don't know what it is yet. Let's have a look. All I can see, I don't know if you see it, it's down here and it's round, and it's a button. That's another one. Looks like an old pewter button. Again, just a nice little flat button, but certainly something going on in this bit of the field. So another old medieval button. Little bit of gilt edging on it by the looks of it. But anyway, so less than 1 foot away from what the other one was. Okay, on to the next. Well, this one had me going for a little bit, but on closer inspection I can see what looks like a thread on the inside, so it looks like it's a broken piece of nut or cap that used to screw onto something, but when it came out looking very round and small, you always dare to think. Okay, just a bit of scrap, onto the next. Well, whatever it is in here, so this is the big reveal. Is it rubbish? Is it good? And, oh, I can see something round. Well, it's very buttonish to me. Have a look. It could be there's no shank on that side. I think that's a coin. Okay, let me clean it up and I'll get right back to you. Well, unfortunately I can't see anything here in the field. It's very toasted, even after giving it a wash, so I'll have to have a look at it through the microphone. It's probably Georgian, seems to be about right for around here, but anyway, probably George halfpenny. Okay, moving on to the next. Well, here's the next iffy signal. As you can see, there's something round, but is it a coin? Because it looks silver, or is it a button? Let's have a look. Oops, let's get it back in the camera. No, I think that is a silver coin, and it's clipped. So, give me a minute, I'll give it a clean. Unless it's aluminium, because it did ring out quite well. I'll get back to you. Well, that one fooled me. I can just feel, just there, you may be able to see it, a little, what I think is where a shaft might have gone. So it looks like a button, but why it's clipped, I have no idea. So it could be a silver button, but I'll have to test that when we get home. Okay, on to the next. Well, every good detecting day in the fields around here needs to have a moo tube. So there's the first of the day. They ring like mad. You have to dig them, to be honest. But anyway, not everything can be a coin. On to the next. So this one fooled me. It's an old penknife that someone's dropped here, so the round bits made it ring well, but unfortunately it's junk. On to the next. Well, I wish I'd have done a live dig on this. It was a bit scratchy because there was a piece of iron next to it. But anyway, this is Edward VII penny, so it's pre-decimal, which is good. And if I can turn it over, you won't be able to see on the GoPro, but I'll put you a let's give it a clean. I'll put you a close-up shot. That's 1902, so 121 years old penny. Very dark, the patina on it. The soil's very dark, very wet and damp. I just managed to find a dry patch. But anyway, good. So a pre-decimal penny. Okay, so on to the next. Well, it's small. It's lead. So it's either a bead, because there seems to be a hole in it, made of lead, or it could be just flattened off and full of mud. Don't know. It could be the smallest spindle whorl ever, but it looks a little bit like some lead shot, or a very, very small spindle whorl. I'll give it a clean and then we'll have a look later. Well, a quick break for lunch. They've opened up another field, so a rather boggy one, but we're all around here, so we'll see what we can find. I'll just spin you around. There you go. This is all the land. You can see the cars probably just in the distance by those trees. But down here past this large tree, it's about 2 foot deep in water with little mounds where you can see those guys on at the moment. But all good stuff. The river's just over there. I've had a lot of rain, so anyway. Right, let's try and get some light. There we go, and we'll carry on and see what we can get next. Okay, speak to you soon, hopefully. Well, it is getting very close to the end of the day, but I can just see a coin in the bottom of here. Oh dear. That's a modern 2p piece. So I'll go for a little while longer, our last coin, and hopefully we can get something a little bit more exciting. Okay, on to the next. Well, here we are at the roundup in the garden, and so I thought I'd quickly go through the day. It was one of those standard metal detecting days. You're digging a lot, you're finding bits and pieces but nothing outstanding. But that's the life of a metal detectorist. You know, not every time you can be digging silver and gold and Roman coins, but hey ho, that's what makes us go back. Right then, so I'll stop babbling on and let's have a look at what we got. So sort of onto the junky stuff. Well, a couple of pieces of sort of round iron did trick me. I think you did hear me say I'd got it in all metal mode. There was an awful lot of iron in the ground, so I was trying to pick out the good finds, but every now and again something pinged along that forced me to dig it. This little buckle I didn't spot. It was heavily crusted and full of dirt. I just thought it was a piece of iron until I cleaned it. So there's a top tip: make sure you just run some water through all your finds, because you never know what you've thrown in your bag thinking's junk. I mean, it is junk, it's just an old iron buckle, but I certainly didn't see it at the time. So moving across, so I think you saw me get the knife that was in a couple of pieces. Also, I wasn't sure about this, but I think after looking at it, it's just a piece of flattened, bent copper pipe. I can't proclaim it to be anything more serious, like a small dagger, Viking, scabbard, or anything daft like that. But anyway, this is the copper bit, copper plate. Not sure what that was, but it rang up well. The little ring, which I can see on the inside, has got screw threads, so that's the top of something that made my heart flutter a little bit. Moving across, tons of lead, as always on these old finds, tons of lead. Bit of a spoon, I think, spoon handle, I think that would have been at one point, a bit chewed up. Loads of chunks of lead, and that's a really heavy piece. Not quite sure what fit in there, whether it was a window frame piece or something like that, who knows. And then your standard bits of folded lead that you seem to get everywhere. Looking at this, I think this is a bag seal. There is some little markings on, but nothing that you can bring out. I have ordered a microscope actually, because I like to get to see if there's anything on these coins that look toasted, and I'll give that a look as well to see what that marking is, and I may be able to find it. If I do, I'll pop something on at the end. Little lead ball, which I think is found with a hole in it. So I don't know whether that was an old fishing weight that someone dropped on the way down to the river. There was a river not far away. You know, you could thread your line through there and just crimp it on. Who knows? Or it was just off something else. Moving on to the more interesting finds, it seemed to be a button day. That one certainly got me going to start with. I thought it was silver, but it's not. It's an old aluminium button. I can just feel here, probably hear my nail on it, the shank. A number of different shaped buttons. This was the only one with any kind of pattern on it. Yeah, so you can just see it was patterned, a tomback button with the shank missing. And then to the coins. So a couple of modern spendables, 2p and a 1p with the last queen on. And then these three, which are absolutely toast. I have no idea what they are. Again, if I can get something through a microscope, I'll leave a note. I'm suspecting that they're just old crusty Georgians. I think I can just about make some writing out on this one, but you'll not be able to see it on the GoPro. But just around this edge here, there's a few letters, so I might be able to get it. And then the one that we can identify is our good old favourite, Mr. Baldy, Edward VII, from 1902. So that's about it for the day. So all of that, lots of digging, and a thoroughly good day. So that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you made it to the end. If you do like my videos, please give me a like, and by all means subscribe to see where I can find. It's been a while. I am struggling living in Germany, then coming back to the UK for short weekends with the family to go out metal detecting, but Christmas is coming, so hopefully if the weather's okay we'll get some more in soon, and who knows what will be on the next one. Anyway, by all means hit the like and subscribe. It is optional, it's free, and I would really appreciate it. So thanks for watching again, and hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.